Hello YouTube, it's me, it's Michael B. Thank you so much for checking out today's video, and in today's video, we got a lot of pinball news for you. Some real, some virtual. So anyways, Stern Pinball officially announces X-Men, and we get our first look at the table with the big reveal coming today. On top of that, Jersey Jack Pinball, not to be outdone, also officially announced Avatar Pinball today. We'll talk a little bit about that. And last but not least, we've got the September calendar from AtGames to discuss. We're of course going to get that new Universal Classic tables, our first lag fixes, National Owners Day Autumn, and on top of that, a new theme is being unveiled. And I'm going to tell you more about all of this right after this. So that's right, guys, if you like pinball, both real and virtual, today's show is definitely for you. We've got Stern, Jersey Jack Pinball, and AtGames news to bring to you today, but before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. If this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notification, all that YouTube jazz. So today, Stern Pinball officially unveiled their Uncanny X-Men Pinball machine that they teased last week. We get to take a look at this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. It has one of the most wildest, weirdest, and most interesting pinball layouts I have ever seen on a physical machine. It's based on the very successful and well-known, well-beloved comic book series Days of Future Past from the X-Men world. This thing looks incredible. I didn't have super high expectations leading into this. I am an X-Men fan, but I don't know. After John Wick, I had a bit of a lull period, but they absolutely blew this out of the water. I am so excited for the Uncanny X-Men. Stern also released a second video today, a longer 5-minute featurette featuring George Gomez introducing the machine and giving us a little bit of his history and his past with the X-Men comic book franchise, talking about why he loved them and why the team at Stern are so excited to work with this IP. Of course, the art is done by Zombie Yeti inside the machine and on the outside. He's calling it, George Gomez that is, a love letter to the X-Men comic book series. Zombie Yeti has outdone himself. I mean, all the artwork on the table is absolutely beautiful. You look in the table itself, you can see the iconic scenes from the comic actually done out in the cells, the way that you would see in a comic. The artwork on the table itself is incredible. The actual play field and the artwork on the side is absolutely beautiful. I think this is probably one of the most stunning looking pinball machines Stern have made to date. So if you head on over to the Stern website now, I'll leave a link down in the description below so you can go check it out. They show all three models. We've got the Pro, Premium, and Limited Edition. Your Pro is coming in at $7,000. The Premium's coming in at $9,700, which I think is a bit of a raise. Again, I thought it was at $9,499 just recently for new Premiums. When I bought my Godzilla Premium, it was at $8,999, so prices have gone up again. And the limited edition comes in at a staggering $13,000. Now, most of the gameplay and visuals you're seeing right now are from the Premium and LE. The Premium and LE have pretty much all the same features included, the same mechs, the same mechanics. With the LE, it's a little bit different because it also includes the art blades and also the expression speakers. But with the Premium edition, you are getting this Sentinel dropping head mech. You are getting the extra Wolverine toy up on the playfield, and you are getting the Sentinel hands, one that diverts a bridge, kind of like the bridge in Godzilla when it breaks away. And there's also another mech that stops the ball. On the Pro, that's going to be a little bit different. So with the Pro feature, you're actually getting a lot of what we saw on the Premium table. The big difference is of course, that Wolverine toy we saw with the Premium is actually just going to be a standee. The Sentinel head doesn't go down, so we don't know necessarily how that's going to impact gameplay. And also the claw hands on the side that were animated with the Premium and LE are just standees now. So you don't get the diverting bridge, and you don't get the hand that will stop the ball on the other side, but the table is pretty much exactly the same. So let's talk about the table now. Like, I think this is one of the most bizarre and yet interesting pinball layouts I've ever seen. I'm not a pinball expert. Like, I don't have this long history with pinball. I'm a relatively new enthusiast. I have one physical machine, which is the Godzilla Premium. We don't actually have a lot of locations to go play here. And by a lot, I mean we literally have two, where we have two Stern machines, Deadpool Pro and Guardians of the Galaxy Pro. And then we have another location with a couple old machines. That's literally it. So we don't get access to a lot of these machines. But I don't know if I've ever seen a pinball machine with a layout quite like this. Usually the term is straight down the middle. This one, it's straight down the side because you have three flippers down on the bottom. Your two main playfield flippers are off to the side, which is not something that I am familiar with seeing in a mechanical pinball machine. This is more what you would see from something like a pinball creation from Zen Studios or something like that, but there's three. So what they have here are the two main flippers on the bottom in the main playfield, and then they've got a cutout section for what's being called the danger room and interesting ways to go in there. So you can see the danger room, which is to the left or to your right. I don't know which one it is. It's on the right side. It's that bottom flipper, and that area has its own spinner, has its own mechs, and you can kick it back to the main flippers. Just like such an interesting layout. It also has reverse ramps. You can see on the screen right here, you can see the hands on the Premium and LE features. They're interactive. One diverts a bridge. The other one actually stops the ball. So we're going to show you what the Pro playfield is like now. So with the Pro playfield, it looks like you're getting pretty much the same game. There's not major sections taken out like we've seen from some Stern releases recently. You still get the Sentinel head, and it has a lot of the same features, but it does not go down into the table. The big missing features here, of course, are the hands are now just standees. We don't get the bridge that diverts, it looks like, and we don't get the hand that stops the ball. So those are two features that are going to be gone. And also the molded Wolverine toy is gone. That's replaced with a standee, but the Pro looks like it stands up to the Premium. I mean, you'd have to play them to tell the difference, but this looks really close. Of course, this table is designed by Jack Danger, who many of you know is a prominent Twitch and YouTube pinball player, streamer, personality. Started working with Stern Pinball a couple of years ago. His first pinball machine was the Jurassic Park Home Edition, and most recently he's done the Foo Fighters pinball machine, which has got really good praise from pinball enthusiasts alike, really saying that they had some interesting designs, really fun gameplay. Jack has given us something truly special and unique here. Again, I talk about the actual playfield, the really interesting way that it's designed. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like he has a beautiful mind for pinball, because he has created something here which could be the absolute coolest thing we've seen in pinball in such a long time, with the diverse, dynamic, unique, weird playfield, with the way that the game plays. I can't wait to try this out when I get to Chicago for Pinball Expo. Jack has done just a crazy job. I mean, look at the way the playfield's laid out, the flippers, the off-centered flippers, and all the cool shit that's on this. I can't wait to try this out. So anyways, guys, that's the Uncanny X-Men. I've got to say, Stern really surprised me with this. I always say with a pinball machine, you really have to play it to decide if it's the right machine for you before you would decide to even consider buying one. This is one of the first times I've looked at a pinball machine. I've looked at the art, I've looked at the playfield, the way that it looks, and without even playing it, considered, yeah, I would definitely buy this table. I'm that excited for it, which shocks me because I was actually a little bit down after John Wick, but man, Stern have really knocked it out of the park with this X-Men table. This looks so freaking cool. Now, not to be outdone, Jersey Jack Pinball also made an announcement today. Just a couple hours ago, Jersey Jack Pinball officially unveiled they are in fact making Avatar Pinball Way of the Water. And, you know, to nobody's surprise, this was leaked a couple days ago, but now we have the official video from Jersey Jack that you're seeing here in my video. It's on loop from their Facebook page, but we get the images that we've seen over the last couple of days. We get a couple looks at the playfield there. We get a look at the UV lighting, which is really making things interesting here. That's the component everybody's super excited for. I know me personally, one of my favorite things with Stranger Things is in the Upside Down when you get the ultraviolet ultraviolet light in there. So to see the black light effects on this table, that's what's super exciting to me. This is not an IP I'm even remotely interested in. I've never watched the movie. I have no intention of watching the movie, but I mean, this machine looks really friggin' cool. And of course, coming off Elton John, that just shot so well, looked so good. I mean, Jersey Jack are on their way to making another absolutely beautiful, breathtaking table here. As you can see through the background, this is probably going to be the premium edition. You can already see the topper on it. Yeah, I'm excited to see more from Jersey Jack over the course of the next couple days, but now officially announced, and we even have a video displaying some of the table. So if you're interested in Avatar, the Battle for Pandora, I say Way of the Water, but it's the Battle for Pandora Pinball, keep an eye on their official Facebook fan page. That seems to be where they're dropping all the newest information. They also give us this image showing kind of like the blacklight features on the table. This is where you can see the leaked with the limited edition or collector's edition machine. I don't know exactly what they call them, with the topper and everything here. So stay tuned to their official Facebook fan page for the latest updates to find out more about Avatar, the Battle for Pandora, or well, I said that wrong. Ponderosa? The Battle for Pandora. I did say it right. Again, I've never seen the movie, guys. Last but not least, we're switching from real mechanical pinball to virtual pinball, and we've got some AtGames news as AtGames have released their September calendar, and while we know a lot of the things that are going to be happening, there are some pretty big surprises in here as well, and some things to be excited about. For me personally, I'm really excited for the lag fix. We get them coming up on the 12th, 19th, and 26th. We've already talked about what they were in a previous video, but on the 12th, we're getting the Addams Family lag fix. On the 19th, we're getting Snoopy and the Star Trek tables and Attack from Mars. Then on the 26th, we're getting Twilight Zone, World Class Soccer, and also, the DreamWorks Pinball Pack, which is actually pretty good. So, I mean, there's lots of games coming up with lag fixes, and most importantly, I'm excited to see how good the lag fix works. It's fine to say you have a lag fix, but the proof is in the pudding, so we'll find out on September 12th. On top of that, on September 12th, I'm super excited because some of my favorite Zen Studios Pinball FX or Pinball FX3 games are coming to the AtGames Legends 4KP on September 12th, when Universal Classic Pinball releases, or launches, whatever way you want to say it. We're getting E.T., whatever, but we're getting Jaws and Back to the Future. Jaws, one of my favorite movies of all time, and Back to the Future, definitively my favorite movie of all time. I've loved these games, whether it be Pinball FX3, Pinball FX. So excited to see them coming to the Legends Pinball FX or Legends Pinball 4K on the 12th. Can't wait to check them out. And the cool thing is, every game released after the 12th will also have the lag fix in effect. So if it's good, it means these games are already going to be good out of the gate. We don't have to wait for an update later on down the line. Now, there's a couple other things of interest here, one of which being on the 26th is the launch of AtGames National Owners Day Autumn, or the Fall National Owners Day. So there's going to be some big sales coming out. I know some people are still holding out because they're not happy with the price on the Legends Pinball 4K. Even with the premium starter, they're not happy with that option either. So they're waiting on some sale on these machines on the pinball pack. So hopefully National Owners Day Autumn provides new people with some sales and an opportunity to pick up this great machine, especially now with the lag fix in place, right? So National Owners Day is coming up, but on top of that, on the 26th, we're finally getting something that's long overdue. Originally slated to come out on June 28th, the Natural History Pinball Pack 2 was supposed to be a dual release for the Legends 4K and the Legends HD. Unfortunately, it was delayed until the next month and then further delayed, and no confirmed date has been provided yet. But now, PK himself went to the AtGames official 4K fan page and posted September 26th is the official date for the launch. Of course, I'm super happy as a 4K owner. I finally get to play these tables and pick them up and enjoy them with all you guys, but I'm mostly happy for the Legends HD users because it's been a very long time since they've had something to be excited about on the Legends HD new software. So finally, they're going to have some new software coming out September 26th when everybody can jump in and enjoy the Natural History Pinball Pack 2. But there was one other really big announcement that I'm also very excited for, and that's coming up on the 18th, AtGames' new Legends 4KP announcement. That means a new theme is coming because there's a couple people out there where price hasn't really been the issue, hasn't even been the lag issue with the Zen Studios games. They've literally been waiting for a theme that they're interested in. Not that they don't like the other themes, but they feel like they'd be kicking themselves in the butt if they went out and bought an Attack from Mars, and then later on down the line, their dream theme came out. So now we're going to get a new theme finally after a very long lull from AtGames on the 18th, and let the speculation begin. What could it be? Could it be from one of the newly released games? Maybe a Back to the Future theme. Maybe a Jaws theme. What about Knight Rider for 19K Fox? Chucky, The Thing. Like, there's so many options for themes they could come out with. Especially, think about this, a Creature from the Black Lagoon, AtGames Legends 4KP, or a Monster Bash Legends 4KP. Or it could be something that was already released. What about a Twilight Zone? Like, I would literally shit my pants if AtGames did a Twilight Zone. That'd be a cool freaking table. Anyways, let me know in the comments below, what theme do you think AtGames are going to release coming out on the 18th? Maybe it'll be Natural History Pinball Pack 2. I don't know. I don't think that one we'd be super excited for, but we'll see what the new theme is on the 18th. So anyways, guys, that's just my short news bite for today. Very pinball heavy. Of course, the big news from Stern. We get our first look at the Uncanny X-Men table. And in my opinion, man, Stern, Jack Danger, the whole team there just knocked it out of the park. I have never been so excited for a pinball machine after seeing a trailer and an announcement video as I am for this one. I mean, it just looks so friggin' cool. It's so friggin' unique. It's got new themes. There's no way you can play this and say it plays like another pinball machine you played. It's so interesting, so bizarre. The art is beautiful. The machine has a great theme. I just love it. I'm super excited for it. I wasn't, but they blew me out of the water with this. So I'm very excited for the new Uncanny X-Men. Can't wait to play it in Pinball Expo. And if I can ever freaking get myself back on track, this will be a machine I add to my collection. On top of that, Jersey Jack Pinball also gave us finally the official announcement of Avatar, the Battle for Pandora. We get our first look at the machine in this short trailer. Remember, keep watching the Jersey Jack Pinball Facebook page for further updates. I'm sure we'll see more soon. Are you guys excited for Avatar, the Battle for Pandora from Jersey Jack Pinball? And last but not least, AtGames coming out with their September calendar. We've got a new National Owners Day coming. We got Pinball Lag Fix, but really exciting. Finally, we're getting the Natural History Pinball Pack 2, and probably even more exciting, a new theme. Hopefully it's something really friggin' cool. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that specific theme. Hopefully you guys get what you want. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of all these things, and specifically, like I mentioned earlier, what you think the new theme will be for the AtGames Legends 4K being announced on the 18th. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.